Good evening, Aries. Welcome to your reading. My name is Ben, and this is going to be your November 2021 monthly reading. These readings are intended to be timeless, so whenever you're watching it, it's when it's going to be meant for you. The Chariot and the Tower, okay? Keep those in mind. So with those two, you're going through a very big transition right now. And it may almost feel like things are moving too quickly with whatever it is. So we're going to dive into that in a minute. Like I was saying, this is intended to be timeless. Also, if you're not in Aries, that's okay. If you are in Aries and it doesn't work for you, that's okay too. Check out one of your other placements, okay? But this is directed, I should say, not directed, but this is meant for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, okay? So, if you'd like a personal reading, all that will be in the description down below. And I have a sale right now for Halloween. Everything on my website, all readings, services, products, apparel, everything is 15% off. So if you do want to book a reading with me, now's the best time. Any readings that are booked with me before November 1st will be 15% off. And even if your reading is not for November 1st, as long as it's booked before that, you can get that deal, okay? So coupon code is SCAREWEEN. I'm going to put everything in the description down below. And let's hop into your reading. Oh, and all the decks and everything will be in the description also. Alright, so we're going to pull your cards here. Let me light this incense. I thought I did that already. Sorry about that. Sorry if you see a weird angle of my head. Alright, so we're going to do past, present, and future. Also, we're recording in the dark. That's why the light on my camera is the only light besides the candle. And I'm in a very dark basement, which is kind of funny. But if you see orbs, that's normal. Okay, if you see smoke, it's from incense. Look, the Chariot came back out in your central focus. I was curious if that was going to happen or not. And it did. And then future. Okay, and now clarifiers real quick. I already shuffled these, but I'll give it a couple quick shuffles. You got the King of Pentacles wanting to pop out too, so... Oh no, it was the King of Cups we had here. I was going to say, didn't I see that? With the King of Pentacles popping out, most likely this change has to do with your stability. Whether it be finances, living arrangement, anything like that. We're going to get into it in just a second. Sorry, card. I just scraped his face across the table. Okay. Alright, so in the past, it looks like the word that came to mind was limbo. So it looks like you might have been in a type of limbo where you had some great things going on for you, and you had some not so great things going on, right? You were kind of in the middle between those, and you may have literally felt like you were in limbo. So when you're in limbo means you're in between heaven and hell, right? Well, theoretically, because it's all figurative and symbolic. But you felt like you were in the middle, right? Just the torn between the two, like, I don't know, kind of like a melancholy feeling where I don't know how I'm feeling. Am I feeling great? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling optimistic? Am I feeling pessimist? You kind of just fell in the middle on everything in the past, and it had to do with some of the people you were surrounding yourself with. Certain people were great, and if you felt a great connection with them, that was probably a couple people, and then you were surrounded by significantly more people on the other side, which were not so good, right? A lot of drama, chaos, maybe the place that you worked, there was a lot of bullshit going on, and outside of work you had some great connections, whatever it is for you in the past, that's what you were feeling like, right? And with the Wheel of Fortune in the past, you almost felt like you were just waiting for something to change, like something to happen. Aries, you guys are the first of the zodiac. You're a go-getter sign. You're the freshest energy of the zodiac. It's everything about Aries is new. So it's like you were waiting for the new. Like you just felt like things were getting a little old or things were getting stagnant. And if there's a word that will never describe Aries, it's stagnant. Okay? If an Aries is stagnant or feeling stagnant, there's a major change about to take place because Aries is the most mobile sign. If you want to think of stagnant, you could think of Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac, which we did a reading for yesterday. Because Pisces is the dual fish, right? The two fish, the swirling fish in a still pond, a very small still pond. So that would be stagnant. Whereas Aries, you guys are the opposite of that. Okay. Now that's how you were feeling, right? So moving into the present now, that explains why when we were shuffling we had the Chariot and the Tower, because the Chariot is that very quick, like fast change coming into your reality, and the Tower is also representing change. I kind of said that weird. The Tower is representing the change, and the Chariot is representing the fast movement. Okay, I think I said that a little weird, but that's what it is. So now your Chariot is still in your central focus. So your main energy here in the center of the reading is forward movement. All right, so you're coming out of all the stagnancy that you were feeling in the past. However, there is something else going on in the present. Okay, it's like while you were in the past dealing with that feeling, right, the melancholy or the stagnant feeling, and kind of just not being satisfied with all the people around you. During that time, it looks like you made a connection with somebody, or you kind of ran to somebody, or how's the way I can describe it? Kind of like not like a rebound, because it's not that you were dating someone, broke up, and ran to somebody, but kind of like when people are feeling down, they may run to somebody to make them feel better, even if it's not the healthiest thing, right? Where if somebody's lonely, they might get into a relationship just to have one, even though they're not really invested into it. It's kind of like that, where your energy was put towards somebody that was not entirely the healthiest for you. And now, with all the great changes going on in your life, you now have to deal with the fact that this person that you brought into your life when things were not going that great, because it helped you feel a little bit better, is now bringing you down for the things that are actually better for you. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to explain it the best I can. If you're with somebody now that you got with when you were not in a good place, now that your life is getting significantly better and you're feeling better, you're now realizing that that vibration doesn't match you anymore, the one from the past. So the person that you have in your life right now that you may have connected with in the past, because you guys were both in a lower vibration, now that you're trying to rise, this person's not rising with you. So it's causing conflict because you're trying to ascend and this person's not. All right, they may act like it, say it, whatever, but they're not truly ascending. Otherwise, there would not be a rift between you. Okay, when two things are a genuine match, they vibrate at the same level, right? But when you're not a match, you get that friction, like how earthquakes are caused, how the two plates in the earth, if they're normal, fine, but if one starts going above the other, it creates an earthquake and eventually a volcano, So the earthquake is like the warning, okay? That's kind of like, this is not working, this needs to end, because if the plates keep moving in opposite directions, that's how volcanoes are formed, okay? Because all the pressure gets released from the earth. So all that's building up, all right? That was a really good example. Cool. I'm gonna use that in the future. It just comes to me. But that's what's happening. Okay, so the great things that are happening for you have to do with your stability, right? Because in the past, you didn't feel stable. You felt like things were stagnant. A lot of signs, especially an earth sign like me, would feel great in stability if things were stagnant, because earth signs don't move. We're very grounded, whereas fire does not like being stagnant because that'll put out a fire, right? So for you guys, your idea of stagnancy is boring. It's it's just not, what's the word I want? Like not pleasing, or that's not the word I want. just not